And 3, 2, 1.
Hey! Welcome to Kate and Friends. It is Thursday, July 31st. Friday Junior, as we've been calling it in the middle of summer here.
As you've been calling
Danny's
it.
last episode before he heads off to Summer House for the rest of the weekends throughout the this is your last weekend here in Chicago before it begins.
Correct. It'll be my last come in for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Some rejoice, some But I'll be sure to be reporting back somehow each week with some piece of content from the shore for y'all.
I was just saying before the show started, like how jealous I'm gonna be when they all come back every week and have like inside jokes, and they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, late night pizza" or something like that. And then everyone laughs, and everyone's like, "Ha ha ha ha!" And then
out of the loop.
Me, Annika, and Ella sharing our inside jokes together.
Even a further
But yeah,
divide between us and the
I've
cool
said
guys.
before, I hope that I get the same reactions from you guys about my shore weekends as you guys gave me about that tit pus.
Colostrum.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gack.
It'll
G-word.
be mutual.
Payback.
Happy birthday to Lil Uzi Vert and Mark Cuban.
Of course.
That's the first things we need to address this morning. Happy anniversary to us using the lunar rover on the moon.
Nailed it.
Baby, if you believe in that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. First thing to address, if I sound weird, it's because my youngest son trust-falled onto my head on the stairs last night, and I bit halfway through my tongue. It is disgusting. Also, shout out to I have to look up his name again. I fucked up. Sorry. It's on the back of this jersey.
Danny.
I'm wearing Jersey Beaver Kings.
I like that.
People have been sending me innuendo jerseys that they have, and so I have Beaver. His name is on the back. What is it?
Burke
Burkholder?
Holder?
Yeah.
Calder. Shout out to you.
Burkholder.
Him and his wife are moving to Hawaii or something like that. He's like, so I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff. Do you want this Beaver King jersey? I said, absolutely yes. Last week, I rambled about me for about 45 minutes before we got into the rest of the show. This week, we're flipping it around.
Oh, man.
Gonna ramble about
180?
me at the end while you guys are trapped. We're going to jump right into it this morning.
We already nailed Uzi Vert's birthday. What else do we have?
That's pretty much it. We're going to focus on Lil Uzi Vert for the rest of the time. I went to his Instagram just to get the vibe, and I saw Rudy likes all his posts. That he's a cool guy. So,
I wonder
not
what
with the
JT from the City Girls is going to his girlfriend. They've been longtime girlfriend. I wonder what
Really?
she's going to get him for his birthday. Probably something very interesting.
He seems like an extremely cool guy.
A car wrapped in some kind of like sick anime or
Seems
something.
like an anime guy.
Very much
cool.
anime guy.
Yeah, Lil Uzi Vert. Let's dive into this topic. We're gonna try and keep it light. A little bit of a joke to see if you guys can guess what the topic is. What kind of pants does Mario wear?
Overalls.
Jeans.
Denim.
We should have gotten that. You know, Kate.
It actually doesn't make much sense.
No, you teed it up.
Because he doesn't wear denim, though, does he? He does wear overalls.
No, it's denim.
They're denim overalls.
All right.
Hey,
The joke was great nonetheless.
It was a good joke overall.
Sweeney.
Claps for Kate.
Sydney Sweeney has divided the nation.
Yeah, she certainly has.
We're hopping right into the jeans discourse. In case you missed it, first things first, let's just watch the ad real quick.
Yep.
So that everyone who has missed it gets the vibe of this
Doesn't
American
hurt to look at
Eagles
it again.
jeans ad. That it's tearing the nation apart. Let's see, here we go.
That's not Sydney Sweeney.
That's Sweeney. Yes, it is. It totally is. Look at the beaver tail.
Look at those. Look at those jeans.
Mine are like two sad beaver tails that flap down on the. But yeah, have you guys?
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality,
That's her.
and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has Vert jeans.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing.
This is
Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has Vert jeans.
You see what I did there, right? Hi, I'm Sydney Sweeney, and I'm from Spokane, Washington. I can work as a local hire as well, though, and I'm available for the American Eagle jeans campaign shoot.
Profile and hands, please. Thanks. We'll be in touch.
Sydney Sweeney has Vert jeans.
Next.
So that's a few of them. The one that really got people going, and I'm not showing just to make Danny upset because he's such a hound dog, is the one where she's at the car. Well, there's two that really have people. The first one that was shown, but then the one where she's shutting the car lid and she's looking right. She gets in the car. So
those made me extremely uncomfortable. I think it was the voice, maybe like the. I'm not gonna tell you to wear the jeans.
I felt fine.
I think
I don't like it.
Sydney.
it was all very intentional. What I was gonna do was just show Caroline's video and pretend like that was the main video, but I forgot to. It's a long
Either
story
way.
short. People are upset for a few reasons. One, the ad is kind of copying or appears to be copying the old Brooke Shields Calvin Klein jeans ad where she's like, nothing comes between me and my Calvins, implying like I'm not wearing underwear in these, and she was 15. And it was like a bunch of really creepy. They were similar to the one where she like shows her hands like this. People are like, that's a little whatever. And then the main one is the jeans. People are like, that reminds us of a guy who wanted only certain jeans.
yeah.
Blah 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 blah. Now, I don't think that is what the American Eagle were like. They were like sitting around a table like, we're gonna do a eugenics ad. But I do have to think that they knew what they were doing and they knew it was gonna cause a stir and they wanted that stir no matter what.
So I know a guy.
Right?
Maybe you guys know him. They call him Davey Page Views.
Yeah.
Negative, positive, page views, or page views.
Yeah.
And they all sat in that war room and decided
Page views.
this is what we're doing. American Eagle has to come back. We always kind of had an audience, but we're going to target that audience times 1 billion.
Yeah. They did. They had to have watched that and been like, that's gonna come across. But let's see. Caroline, who works here, had a great two people on both sides. Here's Caroline's take on it.
Superior, and by that I mean white with blonde hair. Don't check my roots. MAGA stands for my ass looks great in American Eagle. Oh, sorry, I just took a huge shit. These are quality jeans, so 78% polyester and 100% German descent. It's an American staple, and by that I mean the white part.
Yeah, so she had a good time with it. There was a couple really. What's been fun to see is there's always, when these things go mega viral, like my pasta salad lady from the other week, there's a million different versions
Like
of it. Like
spoofs,
people redo
yeah.
it and spoof it. Here's another one I enjoyed.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
My genies are blue. I'm like, what are people doing? This was the one.
Passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney.
But yeah, I don't think necessarily they were like, let's be Nazi. Like, I don't think that was exactly like what they were going for. But I do think they were well aware of what was going to happen. And
Yeah.
to their credit, their stock is up. The jeans are selling out. And you have people being like, who took it in a way that American Eagle like saw it, but didn't really, who were like, I'm buying every pair of American Eagle jeans now. Hell yeah. I'm like, you're just as dumb as the people who are like crazy flipping out of my mind. Anyway, it's very interesting to see.
Like our uncles all have American Eagle.
Yeah, they're all wearing American Eagle jeans with
like their belts.
Flat asses now.
How's my ass look, Travis?
That being said, thinking back to high school and like early college me, I probably would be missing all this discourse, and I would just see that Sydney Sweeney is hot, and I'd be like, I want to be that, and so I would probably buy the jeans. It's just like when Friends was huge when I was growing up, and you go to the salon, and I'm like, I'll take the Jennifer Aniston, please, and then you end up not looking like Jennifer Aniston. You still look like you.
I did that too. I saw there was like a teen magazine, and there was this girl on the cover, and she had this very, very, layered, like textured, like short. I'm like, that's what I want. But this is before I even knew like what a straightener was. Like I didn't know how to work a blow dryer. Like clearly you need product and like things to make your hair look like that.
Yeah.
And so like I went and I got it, and I thought it was going to look so good. And instead I just looked like either like I just like had cancer and I'd grown my hair back, and it was just all in different.
Sticking out.
It was a really, really, really bad look.
Yeah, the Aniston was a layer.
It was
so
a
many
lot like
layers that a normal person could never pull off, and I was goddamn normie to the max, and I looked like a puffball with that haircut and then I kept trying to get it, which was a huge mistake.
You know what, Kate? I feel like you do that a lot.
I do it a lot.
It's like with the bangs. It's like every time you're like, I'm not doing the bangs.
Yep.
But you didn't this time.
I also did the bleach strands in the front. I tried everything, and you won't believe this. I didn't look like Jennifer Aniston. There's a lot of gals out there. I hate to break it to you. Sorry, you're not going to look like Sydney Sweeney.
I also wanted to do the Kelly Clarkson for a while. I remember her big, chunky highlights in American Idol. I was like begging my mom, and she was like, I don't think it's the time for highlights. Yeah, those are a little bold. And I'm like, damn it, I just want to look like Kelly Clarkson.
Well, I think a lot of gals are going to look like Sydney Sweeney. I mean, it's working. So whatever the case.
Right.
I would say I would cut off my left hand for her tits.
As what I don't miss them often. Like I don't lament.
They get in the way, but man, when they are out, if you want them out, you want them to look like that.
Whenever I see a Sydney Sweeney ad or I go to a Renaissance fair, man, I wish I had tits. It looks awesome.
Those milkmaid dresses.
Yep,
Jesus
they
Christ.
perk them up. It's a whole to do. Danny, what are your thoughts on this ad?
I just realized not only does Sydney Sweeney have great tits, but she has a pretty nice ass too.
Yeah, so there you have it. That's the final take on that. Since we're talking fashion, there's another pair of jeans that I am loving right now, fresh out of Vogue. So I'm on Vogue. I follow fashion even though I don't wear it, except for this jersey's great.
We're gonna see like Offset in these, like in his next album cover.
These are actual jeans that you can buy. By the way, that's Amy from Amyl and the Sniffers, of course.
Or like a little Nas X. He would definitely rock.
Yeah, this is like something we should be seeing on a red carpet.
Like a Met Gala look next year is going to include these jeans.
These are fashion brand company. I've been following them on Instagram forever. They just make like really fun, like wacky clothes that hot people look great in them. These jeans, let me look up the thing here. It's their 20-foot long nap jeans. They're $1,800, made to order. They take a month to make. They come with a functioning gold butt button and boob embroidered pockets. I don't even know what that means.
Huh?
The only person I know that would have the money and would be willing to buy these is PFT. And I think we might have to recruit him to buy these jeans.
I love these jeans so much. On the Yak, we're always saying, like, look under your seat. I have a surprise for you. I would love nothing more than to be like, KB, look under your seat.
Oh, my God. Those jeans.
This would be great.
$1,800, 20-foot long. But yes, PFT could pull these off for sure.
Him just walking Blake in those jeans.
That's insane.
Yep, I love them.
Just imagine going to a bar in those and, like, what you leave. Like, you have, like, toilet paper and, like, just, like, extra, like, bottle caps all on the bottom of your jeans.
All the stuff stuck to him. Yes, I would very much like those jeans. Do you guys have, I'm always like on the hunt, skinny jeans by the time I came out of maternity leave. That's all I had, and they were out of style. Like I've never had my Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. These are my jeans, like house is on fire, you can only grab one item of clothing. What are you guys grabbing?
That is tough because jeans, the style has been changing rapidly.
Yeah.
Like you said, first skinny jeans are back, then Stonewash is back, then they're out again.
You were a huge skinny jeans guy.
I don't know. Not really. I couldn't fit in them, but I'm probably going a hat.
Oh, a hat.
A hat for sure, or a hoodie. No shirt, no pants, because the style's changing too quick. Hats are forever.
So this is a little sentimental, but I would take it's preserved. I would take my wedding dress. I know exactly where it's at. It's very easily accessible. Everything else that I own, like wardrobe wise, can pretty much be replaced.
I thought you were gonna say shoes.
Well,
'Cause you have a great shoe collection.
Yeah, but
That'd be
I would
tough.
have to I would die before I would be able to get all of them
all your
out.
shoes out. Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably have to grab a couple of pair. Now that you're saying that, I couldn't
Toss
let
them
them
in
all
the wedding
go.
dress bag.
Yeah, just run out. I'd rather go out naked than miss some I'd rather go out naked and bring shoes than bring clothes.
Yeah.
Fair. You're pretty fashionable. Do you think your wedding dress is still your most expensive thing in the closet? In the home?
No, I was like I was already had a child before I got married, so my dad was kind of like, yeah, we'll do a wedding, but
Like how much? I guess.
Let's speed up the process.
yeah.
How much are wedding dresses?
Well, for example, mine was $1,500. Sydney Wells just bought hers, and it was $10,000.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like
Still doing it like
it's
that.
absurd these days.
And that was her max budget, to be fair, but she did
Yeah.
find the one she wanted. But I had my max budget was like probably like I wasn't trying to spend more than like $1,000, but it was the second dress I tried on. I fell in love with it, and then my grandma graciously was the one that got paid for the alterations that were an extra $1,000.
Yeah.
But it didn't have too much to be done, but it was like lace and very intricate. I just really love it, and like I think it's very like I think it has longevity. So like if my daughter wants to like cut it up and use it or doesn't, whatever. I don't know. I just think it's
That's the new trend now. Is huge on social media. Is gals are taking their moms and their grandmoms' wedding dresses and then making alterations on them to modernize them and wearing them instead. It's really
I would have
cool to
never
come up
worn
with.
my mom's. My mom's was like she got married in '92, and the sleeves like were like this
The giant
big, and like
sleeves, yeah.
it was like the only dresses she could find that she could fit her because she knew that she was pregnant with me, but no one else did.
Yeah.
So it was
One of those dresses.
Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah, I didn't know like courthouse weddings are becoming more, normalized, chill. I didn't
Charlie,
know if
yeah.
the wedding dress was taking the same route. Just
Mine was like $250. I think my veil was more expensive, and we all know how that turned out. So maybe put some effort into it, girls. Up next, speaking of weddings, this would be good news here. There's some big celebrity relationships going on right now.
yeah, there is.
First up, one that I was watching this Instagram story last night, like with a smile on my face, going, like I know these people, and I should know who Klay Thompson is. I know the name. Okay, I had to Google.
I think he still plays for Golden State. No.
No, he just got traded.
No, okay, so you would know.
he
what-
was
I know what-
Dallas Mavs.
Yeah,
Now he is.
No,
Yeah.
Okay, Dallas Mavs guy. Is he a big deal? He's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the Warriors with Steph Curry and them.
Yeah, he won a couple championships.
Because I've heard his name. If I know the name, then I'm like, they must be a big deal. Because I don't
Right.
follow sports at all. Him and Megan Thee Stallion are cute as buttons. I gotta say it. We won't watch the whole thing, but like, they went on a boat day.
We're going fishing.
He takes her out on the boat.
This is my sailor suit because this is the captain and I'm
No, that's right.
the first mate.
That's right.
Period.
Bag is so cute.
I was very impressed that he like operates his own boat. He was like untying it from the dock and he like was driving. I think it was like just them on the boat or whatever.
I
Maybe
love
I'm
that.
wrong. But I got the vibe that he is normally like super reserved and she brings out the fun. Am I right in that? Is he like a reserved
I think he's
guy?
kind of a goofy guy. I think he's known to be kind of a silly goof. But maybe again, I don't watch a ton of NBA, so
Yeah, I don't follow his life too much outside of it, but I would imagine that's a good.
I will say I think that if anyone could bring the silly out of anyone, Megan Thee Stallion is the one to do it.
Right?
Also, shout out to her. That's where I got my Twitter name from.
Oh, really? Oh, duh. Yeah. That's right.
It's a lyric in her song. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make that mine.
Nice.
I just thought it was really cute. I like them as a couple, and he just seems like kind of a dork. And
Yeah,
that
it's
she
cute.
is bringing out the fun. I don't know.
But she also is low key kind of a nerd. Like she's obsessed with like anime.
She's an
and,
anime
like,
girly.
Yeah, like she loves cosplay. Like she's definitely like she's the stallion, but she's also like likes to have a little like goofy fun.
Yeah, I love that for her. Anyway, I really liked that one. Up next, Liam Neeson as dating Pamela Anderson.
I love this.
Whoa.
What? I love this so much. I think I talk about Pamela Anderson on every episode. I've become like obsessed with her. And as someone else who just doesn't wear makeup, it looks slightly.
Yeah, it's a particular set of skills.
Yeah.
I will find you and I will date you.
Yeah.
But Liam Neeson,
I
so
will motorboat him.
they're in the new Naked Gun movie, which I've heard is getting amazing reviews. And when I was growing up, that was one of the film series. The Naked Gun movies were like top for me. I thought they were so funny. And so I'm excited to see the movie anyway, getting great reviews. 15-year age gap. He's 73, she's 58. I say anyone over 55, if they become the same age.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The age
Probably
gap
even
ends. There's no
earlier than
age
that.
gap after that. You could be
No.
55 dating a 120-year-old, and I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me. Also, Liam Neeson, I thought he was with Natasha Richardson, who was like stunning actress, and they were married. They had 2 kids. He was so in love with her, and she died in a skiing accident
Oh, that's so sad.
in like 2009 or something like that. And he only dated, it's from what I was looking up, like briefly one other person ever since then. And so this is like a big deal. This was, I don't know. I just love Liam Neeson, and this made me really happy. Also, shout out to our It Girl account. We must be to get the official photos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah,
no
yeah.
way. We're getting real photos from whatever. We must be paying.
Is it a real? Look at he's just staring straight. She's looking right at him. I mean, yeah, it probably is. But
And she does. She looks beautiful.
I just
no,
mean,
yeah, but
I mean,
he
yeah.
looks like he's just staring into the abyss while she's just.
He might be on some
Gazing at him.
painkillers. Who knows?
I just meant we normally get sued for posting celebrity photos, and so I think we're actually this account must be actually paying for the.
Yeah.
Right.
There's,
We got
there's
those
like
Getty
licensed
images.
ones that we can buy on.
I'm like, oh
H&M,
shit, we're
so.
getting real licensed photos. Okay.
Liam's like, who took this photo? We'll find it.
Why are you looking at me?
Yeah, I just love that. Tom Cruise also out this week. Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas are dating.
Whoa.
Is this true? Now, he's 63. She's 37. I'm picturing me.
Oh.
Also, me and her look wildly different for being in the same. That's crazy.
No.
We do. I'm picturing me dating a 63-year-old guy.
No.
That's my dad.
Yeah.
I'm picturing.
Can I say something? If he was like really funny and cool and like
Right.
didn't look 63, like and didn't act 63, I don't think it'd be like out of your crazy realm of possibilities to like date a really cool 63-year-old dude.
26-year age gap would be fine with me if she was 55 and he was 81. Wouldn't mind. As long as
Right.
she was over 55, then I'd say it's okay. I don't know.
Tom must have something going on though. I mean, she could probably get
Right.
any guy she wants.
Any.
Can I say something? I've never thought Tom Cruise was attractive ever, and there's so many women that find him to be so
I know.
incredibly handsome.
Also, isn't he like the Scientology one?
Yes,
Like
he's-
weird?
He's
yes,
like big
weird
in
as
this-
hell.
And like a lot of celebs have like kind of distanced themselves. And over the last few years, he's kind of distanced himself a little bit. Like he doesn't talk about it as much anymore.
Right.
Like he's in a Rolling Stone article being like, if you don't like Scientology, like fuck you. Like he's like riding so hard for them. And apparently he made it to like the tippy top level where now he's well aware that the religion's leader is an extraterrestrial named Xenu. Did you know that?
Oh.
No.
Anyway, he's like well aware. So I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I'd have trouble dating that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Okay, she might have daddy issues. She could be an alien herself.
But also, like, he looks younger than that. He's still doing his own stunts. He's still spry. So younger at heart,
Yeah,
perhaps.
Perhaps.
I've had the ick ever since the Oprah couch jump. But then I remembered Nicole Kidman. Do you remember that photo of her walking out of the courthouse
After the
she divorced him?
yeah, she's never been happy in her entire life.
It's like that photo pops up every now and then, and she's walking out. And I had always thought that this photo was her being like, I'm free. Yeah. This goes viral every year, being like, remember when Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise got divorced and she like walked out and was so.
Yeah.
Well,
This in AB when he's like free. When
I
he's,
was-
this is the trade notification.
yeah, that's basically that.
I mean, you have to assume he's trying to convince all of them to join Scientology, right?
Yeah.
Well, also, as I was looking up this photo to post in here last night, thinking that's what it was, I came across Nicole Kidman has said, no, this is just her on a movie set. This has nothing to do.
That happened. That's
Yeah, I'm an
happened to
idiot.
me. It happened to me actually yesterday. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I felt
Bunnies on the trampoline.
Yep.
Oh,
What
I
happened?
saw that too.
God damn it.
AI Mackenzie.
I know. I
finally
read
got
the
it.
comments immediately. I was
And
like,
then the next post was like a girl looking over the sunset, and it's like, just fell for AI, the AI bunny jumping. Like, my life is over. Like, I've never felt more like a boomer in my life.
Yep.
I don't even feel ashamed. Like, how are we supposed to know? That's a
looks
good
so
edit.
real.
Like,
Yeah, there's a video of bunnies that this person's like filming in their backyard. Like, holy shit, these bunnies in my yard at night. They're jumping on my trampoline. And it looks so real. I liked it.
I did too. I liked and reposted.
We're so fucked.
God, we're so fucked.
Anyway, he's working on a movie called Deeper with her. And so we'll see
No
how
pun
it goes.
intended.
Oh.
Hey.
Pun intended.
Speaking of,
Great segue, the WNBA dildo. WNBA dildo. The green weenie, the big green weenie. It's the fourth quarter. There's a minute left on the clock. Atlanta Dream versus Golden State Valkyries tied at 75 points each on the scoreboard. When what comes flying from the rafters and skitters, apparently bounced hard and skittered 25 feet across the court. A green dildo. Big green dildo.
Grinch dick.
The players kept on going, but at the next play, the refs were like, timeout. We got to get this dildo off the court. And at first, they're all kind of standing around and like, who's going to pick it up or whatever. And then finally, one of the refs took one.
at one, do you think any of the girls like panicked for a second? Like, oh, fuck. My bag. Like, I dropped that out of my bag.
Wait a minute. Well, yeah, where did that go? Well, so a bunch of the players are having fun with it. A Las Vegas Aces player, their guard Kirsten Bell, quote posted the video saying, damn, how my shit get there. And Indiana Fever point guard Sydney Colson tweeted, sorry, I did not mean to throw that so far, y'all. And a bunch of the players are like actually having a lot of fun with it. And this is what I'm loving about the WNBA. Like, it's capturing my attention. And I don't follow sports like stud buds. I'm obsessed. Obsessed. I follow that whole journey across. They're friends with Dave now, you know? I followed that whole journey across the thing, like the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark drama. People complain, but like, I love it. I know these players' names and stuff, and I don't know what. I had to look up Klay Thompson.
Right?
Okay. So it's working. I like that this dildo went on the court and they were like, let's have a field day with it. Like, let's have fun with it. This gave me, if the WNBA wanted to keep this momentum going, this gave me ideas for some products that they could sell at the games, some merch store stuff to just have fun with it. The Spalding backcourt press.
Oh.
Do you like my Photoshop skills?
Yeah, I think they're
Looks
really
good.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you. The Nike hook shot.
Oh, that one's good.
It's no bunnies on trampoline, but it's good.
That's a ball going into a net. Do you see?
I see. Wow.
The joke.
And the check.
And then they could do collabs like the New York Liberty box out collection.
Yeah.
Those
Like
are
that one.
those are your pussy will be out.
Because your box is out. Get it?
Those orange dots are basketballs. You see?
I thought we were covering logos.
No, I just don't.
You didn't want to go through
Making
and
our
add the little lines?
I was tired. It was 3 a.m. I was like, what am I doing? I don't know. But anyway, I think they should keep up. I love that they're letting the players and kind of encouraging the players. Like, I think Chicago this weekend here, that players weekend was like another big wake up call for the WNBA. Like, oh my God, anytime we let them, like, because I feel like athletes have to be so buttoned up and so like,
Yeah, just be cool.
but Dennis Rodman is the last big personality I could think of. Like, yeah, what's his face does the Taco Tuesdays, but
LeBron?
LeBron. Where is the firecrackers? Where's the people that
There
are...
is Carl Anthony Towns.
Oh, he's great.
Been like popping off because he's like diva attitude
Yes.
all the time.
I like divas.
But I would like more personality, and like they're doing it and like really embracing it, and I think that's really smart. The only other team I know where dildos get thrown on the field, and Mackenzie would be an expert here, is the Buffalo Bills. Have you heard of this?
The Bildos?
The Bildos.
Dildo.
Yeah. So first one, 2016.
Bang!
I love the way it like thuds with such authority. And I guess it became a tradition whenever the Bills would play the Patriots, somebody would try and get a dildo. The following year, I believe there was one that had Tom Brady's name on it. It's like when they drop bombs in World War II and the missile would be like, hey, Japan, or like whatever on it. That's what the Bills started dropping dildos on their rivals.
Innovative.
One of I was telling Kate earlier, I don't know which one it was, but one of my parents' neighbors that like moved into the neighborhood like years after I had like gone to college or whatever, the dad was one of the Bildo people. Like I don't know which one it was, I forget which year it was, but to this day we call him Bildo. They were like he was golfing with my dad and brother, and the story must have like came up. My dad and brother came home. he to my sister and I, he was like, "You guys aren't gonna believe this. Like, this
like
is
knowing
the craziest thing."
A celebrity. That's like
celebrity
status.
It was like, I forget the story. They basically were. There was a bachelor party there. There was a Betty White like cutout involved for some reason, and they distracted the security guard with the Betty White cutout. I guess got down to the field like close enough to throw it, and then like threw it. And I don't know exactly if they got any repercussions or anything, but it's like my favorite story to tell. I'm like, yeah, I know one of the Dildo guys, like personally.
And it involves
Local
Betty
legend.
White. This is inside breaking news.
Yeah.
Plot thickens.
Because I was wondering, like, how are you sneaking that in?
Well,
I don't know the full like how they got it in, but I knew there was
might
a
know.
Betty White cutout involved.
Why is Danny waddling on?
my question is, like, if you're like a big like manly man sports guy, are you going to a sex shop and purchasing a humongous dildo? Are you buying it online? Like, how are you getting it? How are you explaining it?
It's going in your wife's drawer.
Yeah, go right.
Yeah, like, where are you
dig
finding
around a
it?
little. You'll find
What if
something.
she's so pissed all of a sudden?
Get rid
all
of
of
this
a sudden
guy once and for all.
he's like, all right, honey, I'm going to the game. She's like, finally, some alone time. And it goes to her drawer and it's gone.
No, it's on the field.
I need to like get him on one of these Barstool shows so he can like tell the full story. But
Get
it's
him on
like,
Kate and Friends.
yeah, exactly. We can get
Tell us
him.
about your dildo.
And he's so funny. He's like a lawyer, but then like outside of that, like the biggest Bills fan ever. Like, he's,
When
like,
we
so
have our
insane.
first like football week, let's have him in here and interview him about the Bildo dildo.
If you've thrown a dildo, come on the show. Let us know. We would love to.
Tell us your story.
Antipastas, dildos.
Yeah, we need antipasta.
I love that kind of shit. So shout out to whoever threw that green dildo.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'll be
You're a hero.
You're a
least
hero
nobody
in
bought
my
it.
book. Have you guys ever been to a game that was delayed or where people were throwing shit on the field that was bananas?
No, just I went to a playoff Hawks game where there's a hat trick, so we had to throw our hats.
Got to throw your-
But nothing illegal.
Nothing crazy. When I was at that rugby tournament a couple weekends ago, there was a rain delay started, well, like a storm, like lightning in the area, so they had to stop playing. And these two old dudes, like white hair, like old dudes who were like clearly hammered, ran down onto the field, and the one was like, "Come on, tackle me," and the guy like the old man spear tackled the other old man, and they still managed to keep their drinks up and everything.
That's crazy.
And when the security started running over to them, they were like, "What? Like they couldn't believe
Just
that they were
horsing
getting
around.
in trouble. They were just horsing around down here on this field or whatever." But
Yeah, I've never been to like, especially like I've been to a lot of LSU games, and you would think that like a lot of crazy stuff would
Yeah.
happen on the field, but
yeah,
not really. Yeah, I think everyone's just more. If there's anything that's going to happen, it's more like a fight in the stands,
yeah.
like a grown man, like SEC full rage, full alcohol brawl.
Have you seen one of those?
I've seen the start of one, but I
You
usually
had to close your eyes.
I usually sit in the box with Todd Graves, so I'm a little bit above the
Above the fray, above all the
shout out
riffraff.
Raising
The common
Cane's.
code.
I've always wanted to be at a streaker game,
I've always wanted to too.
especially if it's like, remember that guy who jumped in the pond at the Bass Pro Shops or whatever?
Yeah.
He had the
Oh.
tiny little penis up against the glass. Like,
It's just like, what do you do with a guy like that?
I would love one of those guys to go streaking across. Anyway, that's new. That's hard hitting news. That's what's going on in the news from Sydney Sweeney to dildos. Social media, my picks of the week. Every week I change this up. It used to be called something else. There's no segments anymore.
Variety show, baby.
Whatever, it's variety. If you have picks of the week, let me know. But this is everyone tracking Flat Sandwich?
Yes.
Please share.
You first off, nothing can prepare you
For how
for
flat
how
it is.
flat this sandwich is going to be, Danny.
I'm trying to
You're not
prepare
prepared.
myself.
My husband fell and his whole body landed on top of half his sub.
What the fuck?
Turned it into a flat sandwich.
I didn't see this.
There's like layers of meat in there too. It's so flat.
That sandwich is paper thin. Guess what it is?
What is it?
That you're witnessing right there, that paper thin sandwich, is from Subway, a foot-long chicken teriyaki on wheat bread with American cheese, toasted lettuce, tomato, spinach, oregano, sweet onion teriyaki
No
sauce.
way. It was that.
That's insane.
Even that wasn't flatbread. Even.
But I will
wasn't
say,
flatbread.
That's
say,
impressive.
I kind of want to take a bite of it.
Ew.
That flat sandwich. There's
ate
something about a real flat. I had an idea back in the day. No one steal it out there. I wanted to open a panini shop and call it Impressed.
Oh,
Ooh, I like that.
We have
Because I
there's
like press sandwiches.
vacant storefronts around here. Where's Megan's working her second shift?
What's the husband look like?
So this video went it's got over 5 million views, and immediately right away, of course, people are like, you're faking this for like viral content. You ran over it with a steamroller or something. Like, there's
Like
no
a
way.
tractor. It had to have.
People then started going out. The next, like, people started going out and they're trying to recreate it. They're like, there's no way this is real. I'm going to go to Subway, buy that same sandwich. And people are trying to flatten it with their bodies, their cars, their whatever. And they're like, we can't get the sandwich as flat as they did. There's something afoot. The family who flattened the sandwich, the man is 6'5", big dude, like a husky fella in a handsome way. He's not husky, but there he is.
He's a big guy.
The family's under so much pressure for people saying they faked the sandwich. This is him trying to reenact and show. They were late for...
That sucks so bad to have to reenact.
Yes. They were late for the son's haircut. He's scooting in front of the garage. His slide gets caught on the bumper of the car in front of him. He goes down on top of it. That's what he's saying. And then they even had camera footage. You can't see him fall, but they have like a garage cam, and you can see the whole car shake and like a lemonade go rolling. So I'm going to say it. I believe flat sandwich is real.
Sometimes there's there's anomalies that you can't explain, and like you can't try to recreate perfectness. He got it in one shot. It was not meant to be, but it happened. And you know what? I'm happy that he is getting so much press for it.
I'm happy too.
So much press.
She's calling him my little panini presser. She's calling him now.
Little.
It probably was like on the hip bone, like got him like right on the side.
I was gonna say it's not so much about his size. Like you would have to have landed on it on your elbow or your knee.
Yeah.
Because like you can't just like belly flop onto that to make it that flat. It's gotta be strong force.
And he said it hurt. He said like the fall like really hurt. And
I'll say it. I'm not buying it either. That sandwich is way too flat.
I believe them.
Because think about it, like he also did it to a point where none of the meat just like flew out.
Looks like you guys have something to do on the yak today.
Danny and
they would love this.
But I was like looking at their whole account last night, and like they don't do videos where they're trying to go viral, and it's like him dancing with a cat and like just like, little clips of their.
Like, how would you even come up with that idea and like know that it was gonna go viral?
Yeah, no.
Like, that's so absurd.
This flat teriyaki sandwich is gonna break the internet. Anyway, I just love that so many people went out and were like, I'm going to try and recreate it. I want to go buy it and put it under brand and see it on the yak and see it. Their videos are pretty normal.
Pretty normal.
Click the one of him dancing with the cat if you don't mind. It's on the very left.
The 109, yeah.
Look at him. Yeah, there he is. This guy wouldn't make that shit up.
Is this like a
so dumb if he did? Like,
It's about to be a flat cat.
This is at a Cholo themed party. This is at a Cholo themed party, by the way. I don't know if you guys are getting the background. He's got the teardrop and everyone
it's
else.
a theme party. They're having. They seem like fun, like really fun, lovely people. And so, I don't know. I just loved that.
Shout out Flat Sandwich.
Shout out Flat Sandwich, Flat Subway Sandwich. Taking the internet by storm.
That's a modern marvel.
I was riveted in my rocking chair with my son in my arms the other night. I was like, oh,
look how flat it is, honey.
I even went down and I like watched Pat watch it for the first time. I was like, you're not going to believe how flat this sandwich is. And he was like, you're right. Holy shit. It's a dream. Highly recommend.
Go back to bed, babe.
Yeah, babe,
honestly, there's nothing more validating than finding a TikTok and then showing it to someone and being like, isn't this cool? And then they're like, holy shit.
They actually appreciate it.
That's the best feeling.
I hate then they're like, yeah, I've seen that. I'm like, fuck.
Seen it.
God damn it.
So I'm glad
people send me stuff and I'm just like, oh my God, that's so funny. I've seen it like 10 times. Yeah. I'll just make them like just to make them happy.
That was so funny.
You're so
2 days
sweet.
ago.
Yeah. Get with the time.
It's like my mother-in-law, like she knows that I work in like a very sports centric job.
Yeah.
And she'll send me something like about like Joe Burrow that was posted 2 weeks ago and like it's finally made its way to Facebook. So she sends it to us like in a group chat. And we're
newspaper clippings in the mail.
All right, Grandma, let's get you off Facebook.
It's a thought that counts, you know? It's a thought.
Exactly.
Up next, this is a trend that moms are all kind of not copying this video, but yeah, they're like recreating.
I love it.
I'm
obsessed.
This is my mom video of the week that at first it got me. The first part of it, I was like,
what?
And then you're like, I was like,
hell yeah.
So let's see my mom video of the week. In a world where everyone is out partying, I'll be at home making memories of my babies. Unless I have a babysitter.
And
she is out
and she's living her best life, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're just because you have kids doesn't make you not a fun adult anymore. Like, look at her having the best time.
She's having the best time. And also, I went down a rabbit hole in this woman. She's a photographer, I think in Canada. Seems like a delight. And all her clips look wholesome, and then you click them, and that's just the photo she has this thing, and it's always something like goofy, like, hold on. She's eating their pizza. I just really enjoy this quirky lady. She goes out, and you know how she sneaks her liquor into concerts and stuff?
How?
Breast milk bags. So there's other clips of her where she's at like out at places or whatever, and all her girlfriends are holding out their cups, and she's like pulling the breast milk bags out and dumping vodka and stuff into the.
That's beautiful.
Love this lady. Yeah, love her.
You could create an epic video like that.
That's a mom.
Yeah.
That's a mom I would love to also have on the podcast. I think I would love to have her on and just have a mom's night out story or two. I'm sure she has some crazy ones.
Anytime. We're humans too. God damn it. We're allowed to have fun. But yeah, I love that kind of stuff. I have one last thing. This one's kind of a rabbit hole too. Have you guys heard of Shaboomies? We talked about them on the Yak a little bit yesterday.
Yesterday was my first time.
You're from
hearing
the
about
South.
them.
You've got to heard of them. Yesterday, your first time. Mackenzie, have you heard of Shaboomies?
I have not.
Okay. I first onesies and twosies a few years ago started seeing them on the Jersey Shore. It's a slow burn up there, but if you live anywhere south of the Mason-Dixon or you're on the Gulf, these have taken over the beach. And this woman in an Eagles hat, my kind of gal, I cannot stand these fucking Shaboomies. And this woman posted a TikTok that shows why I cannot stand them.
Tip for you: when it's windy on the beach and you see these people with these things,
Listen to how loud that is.
So
sounds like the car dealership inflatable things.
So I know on the Yak a little bit, Brandon talked about beach culture the other day and how he thinks it's getting a little too much, where you could just be able to lay out your towel. And I don't mind if a dad is going out there and making a setup with a tent.
Stake in your flame.
But I want those stakes in the ground. I don't want the tent whipping and wailing and making awful sounds like that, just spraying sand. Those are annoying as shit.
Well, there's another link, Mackenzie. I don't know if you can click. It's a little further down. Jersey Shore, you'll see a good amount now. If you go down south, and picture how loud that was. If you go down south, look how many of these there are. That's fucking bananas.
What is the point of them?
They only come in blue?
They shade, but even then, if the wind's, it's a shade that...
Right, yeah. You're not like in a certain spot.
Yeah, how is that different than like a big umbrella?
It's like a chaotic shade that's always moving and always whatever.
Flailing shade.
The thing that people like is that they're so easy, like lugging shit to the beach is a nightmare.
Yeah, it's like lightweight, whatever, but...
Well, I went down a rabbit hole. I was like, I need to learn more about my enemy. Know your enemy. I had to look into this more. These two brothers and their best friend, these guys, Dane and Scott Barnes and Alex Slater, Emerald Isle, North Carolina. They were tired of lugging stuff down. So they bought some PVC pipe in 2015. UNC Chapel Hill grads. Take that as you will. I have family that went there, so I guess that's cool. They PVC pipe into the sand and like some cloth, and they were just like testing it out. The trio put together 32 orders the next summer. They called it the Shade Wave. They used a sewing machine for their first batch. 2017, they renamed it Shaboomie, the Japanese concept of simplicity, and a homage to their college apartment complex of the same name. They sold 178 the following year, and then 2000 and 2018. Now, over 300,000 have been sold. $250 a pop. They are in over 75 million in sales. Why can I not think of some shit like that?
I don't know.
Like, why what is wrong with me?
Make a Shaboomie that doesn't make a bunch of noise.
But now for $275, they do sell a quiet canopy to dampen the noise. It doesn't get rid of it. But I'm happy for them and that they created something cool and they made money in their journey. But I also hate your Shaboomie. I'll say it. I fucking hate it.
Yes,
it irks me.
Yeah, no, they're very loud. They're very inconsiderate of everyone else around you. Like, you know what? Again, I'll be out next week, unfortunately. I'm going to take a video. Oh, no,
Show them.
I'm going to take a video of how many I personally see.
Okay.
While I'm down there.
Do a Shaboomie count. It's just chaotic shade. It's moving. It's like, have you ever been in the shade of a windmill? Driving through Indiana and it like makes you feel like you're having a seizure. It's like shade, 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 shade. I don't know.
Again, a lot of people don't like it, but if you're getting out there early and you're putting like a full, like, I love my LSU people because they'll come out there and they'll put a full purple tent out with the LSU logo so that the kids know where they're at. They dig it all out. They're there all day. Their volume is not loud enough to bother anyone, but it's good enough in the tent. They have a kiddie pool in there to have the kids cool off. If you get a good setup, I like you.
Yes.
But if you have a Shaboomie and you're half-assing it and you're just annoying people on the beach, go back to the public pool.
Go back to the public. You heard it here.
Are we at a point where Shaboomies are causing like public arguments on the beach? Like people are like,
probably not yet.
Everyone has one.
Well, and they're probably just too loud to argue over. Like, what? Like, your fucking thing is so loud.
fuck you.
Yeah.
What? Fuck you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I have to be wrong, as I almost always am, because so many people are buying them and using them. So I guess I'm dumb.
No, I think it's just you're not the dad that has to lug all the stuff out. I think those are like great gifts to give to the dad, like as like, hey, this is a gift for the family, but it's a gift for you, so you don't have to haul as much stuff.
I hope I want the dads to have to haul stuff. Okay, I
Make
want
them
them to make them work harder. But yeah, I bet you guys won't send me one to see if I really hate it here on Lake Michigan. Anyway, also though, this got me the wrong way too. So obviously a ton of copycats started popping up and they started suing, like, of course, on Amazon and all these sites, like the copycats pop up, other versions, blah, blah. So they sue. But this woman who does like, here's how to, like, don't have a lot of money. Here's how to make your own stuff. Less than 10,000 followers, this woman on YouTube who was afraid to even like share her name in the article. She's like, I don't want to. She does crafty instructional videos.
Got like a cease and desist.
She bought camp poles and a beach blanket. And she's like, here's how for $30 you can make one. Barnes calls her and is like,
take your shit
down, blah, blah, blah. You're going to get sued. She consulted with they were like, you could fight this, you'd probably win, but you're never going to beat Shaboomie.
Yeah.
They're going to crush you. So anyway, I don't know. Do with that what you will. Never. Sorry.
No
I'm very
imposters.
anti-Shaboomie.
Makes you think.
Makes you think. Fuck. One more thing. That's like 10 more things. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Why?
The
Save your
Chicago
sorries.
Scream Club. I sent this to you a few weeks ago, and I was like, this guy who's stressed out started going to the edge of Lake Michigan here in Chicago on that big stone wall or whatever. And he just started screaming. He would go every Sunday, I guess, and he's like scream into the void. And it picked up steam. And the next week, like 3 people came. And this was only a few weeks ago. Now, this is the most recent one.
It's a scream club.
All these people are showing up. This scream felt different. The energy, the turnout, the release. Yeah. So they all stand. He's like, all right, everybody. 3, 2, 1. And they just fucking scream. And they let it out.
You know what? I like the sense of community here, but me personally, I'll do my screaming alone.
I prefer to scream alone as well. I go out by the train tracks back here, and
I'll go scream with them. They do it a little earlier than I would like, but I'll go scream with them nonetheless.
I usually do mine in the deep freezer.
And yeah, that's smart. That's a good spot to do it. But yeah, okay.
Oh.
I hate to admit it. I want to hate this and be like, this is cringe. I love like
community,
goofy shit like this, like whatever. I like this kind of stuff. I want to go to Scream Club. I want to go to Chicago Girls Who Walk.
Oh,
it's just once a month or once every couple months. It's like, Chicago girls, let's meet here and go on a walk for a few miles. And like hundreds of women show up and they go for a walk.
That's wonderful.
I just really enjoy that.
It's a lot.
That's a
Stampede. I feel like I'd want like, only 2 or 3 people.
It's like making friends in the city kind of thing. It's like, come make friends.
Like a run club.
Yeah, it's like a run club, but walking.
Yeah.
More my speed.
Yeah.
I like that kind of stuff. I don't know. Finally, this last thing, and I won't get too into it. Did you guys see the Netflix documentary Dancing for the Devil?
So I tried to watch it last night. I accidentally got too comfortable and fell asleep, but I did read about it.
It's riveting. Trust me, it's riveting.
I know. No, that's not why. I just sometimes you just get so comfortable and like you get in that one spot, and like I could feel my eyes just getting heavier and heavier, and I couldn't stop it.
So this guy, Pastor Robert Shin, a long time ago, like 20 or something years ago, I'm going to butcher this, but he starts this church in LA area. And at first he was bringing in like a lot of like immigrants who are new to the country, like kind of vulnerable people, and giving them like helping them get a home. Like you can live together with this other people from the church, blah, 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 helping them get jobs. And it all seemed really wholesome, except like he owned flower shops and coffee shops and blah, 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 except they were working for basically free. It was all alleged. And he would tell them at the church, the more you give now and the more you suffer now, the more your reward will be in the end. So they were working real estate, coffee shops, flower shops, all this stuff. They were all these, he had his church working for him for like no pay. The checks would go to them, and then they'd have the people in the church sign off on their name, all the money back over to the church. So the paper trail looked smooth. And then this Pastor Robert Shin was getting all the money again, stuff like that. Well, finally, his son, he had kids, and his son, when he was a teenager, it's LA, his son starts filming and producing for popular TikTokers. Like, all the dance moves and stuff, like editing those really cool dance videos actually take like a lot of editing work and like shifting the camera stuff. His son got into doing that for some dancers and started bringing them around the church. And he would hear them complaining like, man, it's so hard to get brand deals, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, maybe I could try and get you guys brand deals. So he creates this 7M management. So he's a church pastor and a manager of TikTok dancers.
Talent scout.
Starts inviting them to dinners and being like, starts inviting them to private church, the invite only church kind of thing. And next thing you know, the parents of these TikTok kids who are like late teens, early 20s are like, I haven't heard from my daughter in a year and a half. I haven't heard from. And he was telling them, you have to die to yourself in order to go to heaven. You have to like die to your family, to your friends, to all the things you love. He was they had to tithe, like 10% tithing fee, 10% like man of God fee, 20% management fee, blah, 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 blah. And by the time all the fees and stuff, like
they had nothing.
They were trapped and making them all live together, and they were marrying each other and blah, 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 blah. I'm rambling. It's fascinating. And finally, one of the parents of one of the dancers, Miranda Derrick, was like, we can't take this anymore. We haven't heard from we want our daughter back. So they go on Instagram Live with her sister too. And it sparks this whole thing that whatever, you got to watch the documentary. But finally, I bring this up because finally, Robert Shin's compound got raided, like FBI and the Postal Service blasting down his gates, like come taking all this stuff. People were in handcuffs out in the yard, though nobody was officially arrested yet, including Robert Shin. But I've been following this ever since I watched the documentary. I follow the dancers, and like Miranda Derrick, I went to her Instagram and she always is like, perfectly done, everything's fine. Her husband, who is also in the church.
Oh yeah, I've seen this girl.
She does these funny videos, but he's like, it feels kind of icky, but she is just always happy and smiling. This one, he just walks up the steps and ignores her. But it seems like somebody who has a gun to their head and is like, everything's fine. And it's just really
so her family could still see her like through her posts, but she's just not replying back to them.
Yeah, not responsive.
Interesting dynamic.
And their big thing is like music that glorifies God and blah blah blah. Do you want to like dance and still honor God? And so young TikTokers who want to do that are like, oh, I'm interested in like following this path, and then they get sucked into the cult kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot easier to tell your parents that you want to dance for God than you want to like go to the bop house.
Yeah, it's like a religious bop house, basically. Yeah. Sorry, it's fascinating though. And she does like her and this other woman who's also in the cult, allegedly, they remake the same videos over and over. And it's always in these, he owned a ton of real estate too, and didn't own it, but he was like, part of the church was in real estate sales. And so they would use the open houses to do their dances. So like a porch with a cool view and like all the whole thing. I could ramble about it forever, but I was so pumped to see
the FBI go in and just kick the doors.
Yes,
down.
and I hope so. The charges are sex trafficking tax evasion, mail fraud, money laundering, and pandemic schemes.
Oh.
And the sex trafficking part too was fucking crazy, especially the other non-dancer members of the cult. Like, anyway,
Tough one to defend in court.
Tough one to defend in court. Finally, do you guys anything from the internet? Like, now that I talked the whole entire fucking time.
Honestly, no, the bunny video is the only thing that's kind of been living in my head, and I'm afraid to go back on TikTok now and get gotten again.
Yeah, I felt very dumb too.
You're just not getting a repost anymore. Even if real or fake, I'm not going to risk it.
It's too scary. Yeah, there it is.
See, like, I don't feel
like,
I don't feel ashamed for
why
believing
wouldn't
that.
why wouldn't they want to jump on it?
Right. That was my thought.
I did ask myself, how are they getting up? Like,
I
how
know,
do they know to get up there? But I was like, fuck it. That's too
well, that's what the way that they made it look was like they were all kind of like hanging off the edge. And at one time they're like, all right, 1, 2, 3, jump.
And like the springs aren't moving in hindsight. Yeah.
But
it like looks like a video from a Ring camera.
Right.
And that part, like, I was like,
yeah, I got so damn hard.
Yeah, and like the lighting changes once they go towards the middle.
And then like their eyes like bright or like look bright in the light. Like it just was way too real. And again.
Let's make the real version of this.
Yeah,
Let's get a trampoline and release rabbits on it.
Yeah, and see how long it takes.
See how it works.
Real.
We can use Kobe Buffkin, Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon's funny. Finally, Barstool news. Tip to tip, yesterday, Roan and Donnie Does walked the entire 13.4 miles from the top to bottom of Manhattan. Took them many hours, a lot of zigzagging. They went to the Epstein house and rang the doorbell. Tried to ding dong did it. Swimming in Central Park. They drank from a fire hydrant. Donnie got a haircut. They had body armor and vodka mixed drinks in a hollowed out pepper that someone gave them in the West Village.
Love that.
If you have not checked out this stream, and I'm sure a highlights is going to come out, what a great idea. Like,
wonderful.
What a fun. It would be cool to see them do this in cities across.
And I don't know if there would be two better people than these two to do it.
Yes. They both, like, I get self-conscious even walking around taking video stuff. Like,
they have nothing.
Guys,
nothing.
Like, they're perfect for it. Here they are making sure they officially get to the bottom tip down in Battery Park, I believe. And, yeah, they already had some clips from their journey going pretty viral on the Barstool.
And then also, if that's not live yet, if like the full stream isn't, I know that Chris Klimmer's Rat Race.
Yep.
Make sure you go watch that. It was the Philly episode. I'm surprised you weren't in that, Kate.
He called me and was like, can you do it? Because there's like physical challenges. And I talked to my doctor and I couldn't. So I can't. I'm too rickety. That's why I'm pretty much only commentary these days. I can't do the physical challenges.
All right, Kate, you can't run.
I can't run. I can't do. But I was very jealous of this. And I loved Pat Bev riding the garbage truck. That is out. There's a ton of great, like, Barstool is firing on all cylinders. Nick, KB, and Donnie have the new show Doing the Most, where they pick a word and they try to do whatever that word is to the max. And what was the first word? Was like nothing. Was
I think like lazy.
Lazy. And so the first episode of Doing the Most is doing the least. They try to find out. So really, really clever fart. Smart.
What? You just
fart, smart. All that good stuff. It's fart, it's fun.
All right, everyone clip that one. There we go. That's the clip we needed for the day. Just Kate saying fart.
Narrating her own farts.
Nick, KB, and Donnie's new show, Fart. Very fun. Les Mascots, 7-part comedy series, Barstool's first scripted TV show. 7 episodes are coming out really soon. Cannot wait for that. And that will be out on August 9th. OAR is letting them use their music for it, which is fucking awesome.
Really?
Very cool.
Which is cool. It's already in the trailer.
An out of order production.
It was a crazy game.
I believe that's the song they use in
crazy
that.
Game of poker.
Other than that, Lollapalooza this weekend. Any notes? Are you going? Are you guys making
I'm out of time. I'm OOT or out of the office.
Yep.
OOO. Yeah.
No.
I was going outfit of the day in my brain. OOTD.
No. Got the shore coming up, so probably gonna.
Danny's just gonna do a lot of like solemn thinking to himself.
Right, meditating.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Got that.
A lot of long, hard looks in the mirror.
Preparing myself for all the Shaboomies I'm about to see.
You might let me know.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna have to let me know. Other than that, nothing too crazy going on. We got Mostly Sports coming up next. Kate and Tell Mostly blending into Mostly Sports. Up next week, there's a gentleman on TikTok. He goes by the name of Husband TikTok, aka Steve. He will be filling in for you while you're not here. T-Bob will also be in next week. he lives here in the suburbs. He's got.
Oh, I was gonna say, he was in one of Chaps' videos?
Yes.
And my sister texted me. She's like, "Oh, that's that TikTok guy." I'm like, "Wait, I love him."
Yeah, people love this guy, and he lives
very
in the
funny.
suburbs. 500,000 TikTok followers, and he still works a 9 to 5 in the city. Takes the train every day. He's got
sweet
4
man.
kids, and he doesn't. It's not content of his kids. It's nothing cringe. It's like he's in the bathroom. He does this series where he dances in the bathroom with celebrities, with like musicians. He just got Luke Combs in the bathroom the other day.
That's a hard sell. Hey, celebrity,
Hey,
can you come in the
yeah,
bathroom with me?
He's on the news. He always ends up. He texted me the other day. He like always ends up in these serendipitous situations where he's like, "Guess who I'm next to on the plane? Mincy." Like he just.
That is not that is not serendipitous.
Not serendipitous.
That is something that will happen to every single person once in their life.
Him and Mincy in the airplane bathroom dance.
Yeah.
But he ends up having all these very random. Before he was big on TikTok, like. When his twins were born, I think he has a story of he's down in the gift shop trying to buy like antacid medication or something for his wife. And he looks over and it's Sarah Silverman, and they end up having this great conversation, and she does the Wreck-It Ralph voice for his kids.
That's
and like
really
he just
cool.
ends up running into celebrities all the time and like having all these. He's just seems like a good dude. So I'm excited to have him in next week. Other than that, I think, Danny, any last words?
Yeah, any last words?
Oh wow.
Thank you all for the support so far. I look forward to making, hopefully, the Cum Squad proud. You'll be hearing back from me. And, yeah, mothers, prepare yourselves for future news to come.
Yeah, we're going to need weekly video update reports.
Weekly updates. Also,
I'll be knocking down as many Shaboomies as I can.
Please do. That would be great.
Danny
Get
drunk knocking down a Shaboomie like you did at the Barstool bar with the sign.
Yeah. Don't go doing that.
It's going Godzilla at the beach. My friend Kate hates these.
That would be ideal. Again, I did it again where I overdo the sheet and then I just talk the whole time. I suck at this.
No.
I don't know.
Perfect.
Did you guys have anything? Because I'm like,
No.
I don't think I let you get 10 words in.
We got
that's
we had
my
plenty of
usual.
words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, that, again,
Still
we're,
in panic.
we're figuring it out. You know, everybody, this is a weird time of the year for everyone here at Barstool. People are in and out all the time. I mean, like Dan and PFT and all them are gone all week. I think Dan's going to get next week for family vacation. I'm going to be gone. People are just all over the place. Things are all over the place, just like this show.
Yeah.
But guess what? We're on track.
We're on track.
We're
It's
on
fine.
track. We love you guys. Send us anything in our DMs if you want
doing
shout
shout-outs.
out, birthdays, babies, anything like that. Send it to us. Even if it's just like a very small task. Like, hey, I got up and went and walked a mile today. We will celebrate you. So make sure you DM us all of your
Parenting
your
questions,
goals.
whatever.
Yeah, anything you want to hear.
Also,
Let us
I
know.
still didn't mail out those mugs. They're right up here. I'm
Oh,
gonna
God
do
damn it, Kate.
I'm
One of
gonna
these
do it.
days.
They
One of
probably
these
stopped
days.
watching. I understand. I'll get them out.
They're waiting by their mailbox every day.
I'm intimidated by the post office, to be quite
We
frank.
don't. Can I be honest with you? You don't need the post office. You just need to tell Paige to print out it, and they'll send it.
Oh, I'll get those mugs to you this week.
All right.
Then
All right.
another 2
And then,
months.
head over to Mostly
on over to
Sports, and then
Mostly.
after Mostly, head back to this studio for Quick Picks.
Hey.
All
Hell yeah.
right.
See
Bye,
you guys
guys.
later. Have a good weekend. Woo.